It's an info war, a war of information. Organic portals cover light with the filth of matter. You know this is all an information war, yeah? Well, it's an information war. And, you know, there's certain types of information that they don't want out, like this stuff. Do some people have spirits? Are they organic portals? Are they spiritless humans and soulless humans? Or are they naively, does everyone have a soul? Is everyone in their own spirit? Does everyone act upon their own spirit? How come we don't see any scientists really, and I mean we're not going to call, you know, today's psychologists scientists, please. How come we don't see any scientists, you know, covering this? Because this is organic portal world. What we've empowered, or what, well not me, because as we know I don't even want to be part of the system, and I'm a shaman, I stand outside the culture, that's what I do. As a shaman, I'm outside the culture. Thank you very much, thank you mother for the rabbits. As Rex Hunt used to say. I don't know why I mentioned that, but anyway. You know, it's an information war, and they don't want certain information out there, like this higher knowledge stuff, yeah? So this is why I'm putting these two videos together, because organic portals, this is a video title, and this is a video title. But organic portals will never fully understand schizophrenia. You know, it's a sensitivity to outer crude light. They mention this as a symptom in schizophrenia, that there's a sensitivity to light, but that's the crude outer light. You know, and they're not just crazy people, it's a schism between higher and lower self, it's a conflict, and it just so happens, you know, most schizophrenics don't make it. Not everybody's supposed to make it. There's vectorization from the entropic field, and there is atrophy. But there is atrophy. And as the sphere of understanding expands, there is a surface area of ignorance which expands. So there's always going to be atrophy. Some kind of atrophy. And I say that that surface area of ignorance is very, very relative to the second dimensional hard edge, or what people call physical reality, or physicality, or what you see in front of you with your eyes. If you punch a wall, it hurts, so to speak. If you're feeling with the outer crude light, you know what those monks are doing? They're just learning not to feel with their outer crude light, or electrical impulses, you know, sense stored electrical waves. They're just choosing to train themselves to feel, because you know monks punch walls and stuff, yeah, 1,000 times a day or whatever, till they can't feel their hand, until they can't feel the sense stored electrical waves, the outer crude light mentioned here, and that they say schizophrenics are, you know, sensitive to light. Well, that's that same outer crude electrical photonic light. When we mention inner light, we're mentioning luminous numinous light. Some say the light of God itself. Sorry, I'm fighting off a mosquito for clapping in your ear. Sorry. There's a mosquito in here with me. Black Alliance taking my attention. Back to the video. So yeah, organic portals cover light with the filth of matter. So it's the type of reiteration of that title where they make very good scientific people organic portals, because they're just looking at surface stuff and it has to be very easy to recognize, so it has to be repeatable. You know science is, whole setup. Now, I'm not saying it's bad and it has its uses, most definitely, but I'm talking on a different perspective today, and why can't I do that? That's exactly what organic portals don't want you to do. Talk from a different perspective, such as this, from a higher perspective as well. Even Nikola Tesla did. Have you seen some of his quotes? Come on. He was saying things like, if we, the day that science researchers, what did he say? It's on one of my pages in consciousazine. Whoa, storm! Nikola Tesla was saying something about the day we research, like, intangible stuff, I think was the word he used, or something like that. But basically that's what he meant. He was saying, when science researches the intangible, we will advance more in 100 years than we have in all past scientific history. And I agree. So that's why I talk about this stuff, because it really seems to advance us at an inner light speed, at the speed of consciousness itself. The maximum speed there is, the speed of consciousness itself. So that's why I talk about higher knowledge. Now, anyway, to just reiterate how they cover filth of matter over light is, one way is by saying, via the scientific method, oh, prove it, Ben, you can't prove it, you're just philosophizing. Well, I do think it's funny that the philosophizers always come 1,000 years before the experiment's done. Eh? Science, you lagger. You're lagging. Yeah. Even by looking at the now, you're lagging, because what you see with your eyes already took the speed of light, which took some time to reach you. So whatever. Either way you cut the cake, you're still lagging if you're scientific. And that's why I'm in the inner mind, or the soul mind, or the third eye stream, and, vision. And yeah, like I mentioned, I'm a shaman, so I stay in this state. I really think that, you can say the schizophrenic is like the shaman who didn't make it as well. I've met many of my old friends in Australia who really stuck to that sort of idea, that if they, researched, if they, meditated more, took on that magnus opus lifestyle in general, they could have become shamans. But instead they self-medicated too hard with alcohol or cannabis or whatever, and they didn't do their own due diligence, and it must have been too hard for them to, Google and research and think outside the box and just really think more. They didn't have much Wu-G force of the upper Danjen. Perhaps they didn't have much vision either on their septum pellucidum from their pineal visions either. But either way, they didn't follow the path, so to speak. So anyway, I gave you one example there of how, organic portals cover light with the filth of matter. They always have to say it has to be physically manifest. It has to be something that we can see, and otherwise they don't believe it. Well, I think that's a bit of a fool's game, and you've been fooled by light, and I don't even think anyone knows how light's working. All you're talking about is things like these lower axioms of the third dimension. If you're not including, higher dimensional mechanics, you don't understand how light's even forming. What is the particle length? How does the particle take shape from the wave, and so on? Could there be seventh dimensional tunnel harmonics involved? What am I talking about? Well, anyway, that's for another video. So, with this schizophrenia thing, I think it's a really good example, and that's why I put these two videos together. It's a really good example of how organic portals cover light, and we're talking about higher light here. When I say that, not the electrical crude light. When I mention light up here, I mean numinous, inner higher light. wherein, say, the seventh dimensional light is more like air compared to the fifth dimensional agua light. You know, the fifth dimensional agua light is like a crystalline, but it's more physical than the seventh dimensional light, which is intangible. So that's what I'm talking about, the higher light up here. So I thought this is a really good example. This here, this sentence, or just how people will never understand schizophrenia and don't. It's like a confusion to them. I thought that's a really good example of how organic portals cover light with the filth of matter. Because it seems to me that, you know, normal people, organic portal people, let's call them culturally bound people, oops, running out of battery, they don't understand, you know, schizophrenia. And it used to be pointed as one gene. You've got the schizophrenic gene. You're crazy. Well, they were pointing to one gene, and now we've found out there's 42 genes involved, which makes it look much more like an opening to me, rather than you have some crazy gene, man. It looks more like some kind of, the universe is trying to push through this person. It looks more like the ocean trying to push through the drop in the ocean. Now, doesn't it? With 42 genes involved. So yeah, and it's a sensitive. This just got me onto that. This just connected the dot for me, because they say schizophrenias often they have sensitivity to outer light, or just to light. They say, and I realised, oh, it's the outer light they have a sensitivity to. Because just as I came into this video, I was meditating, and that's why this screen is so low lit. Watch, I can light it right up because I was meditating. Okay. And that distracts me when I have the screen lit up really bright, because then my third eye visions are sort of blocked, because they show up behind your eyes. They're sort of blocked by my photoreceptors in my eyes taking in this outer crude light. And so there's a real battle in the schizophrenic between the higher and lower self. So if you want to understand schizophrenia, that's what's happening. I think I made a good quote and analogy there. It's like the ocean trying to come through the drop in the ocean. Benjamin Kallenberg, www.consciousazine.net. Let's write that out. Hey! There we go. Oh, alright, we need an E on the end. Sorry, it's very dark. There you go, consciousazine.net. Enjoy it. It's free. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I wanted to say now outside this video, if you want to watch more of my videos, it appears to me that some people don't know how to find a playlist on YouTube. I'm not being sarcastic. For real, some people don't know how to find a playlist. I have over 100 videos on what the F is a organic portal. What am I even talking about? Who are these spiritless humans? Well, I have a whole playlist developing. I'll have hundreds of videos, but I've already got over 100. So what you do is you go to a person's YouTube channel, and there's a few tabs there, and it says videos, about tab, discussion tab. Go to the playlist tab, and you can see all of the playlists I have on my YouTube channel. Because it appears some people don't know how to find the playlist, for real, so that's how you find it. Go to the YouTube channel, my name, click in there, you'll see videos, a tab order across the top, videos, discussion, playlist, it'll say about what my channel's about. You can click on that, and I've written what I, in my words, my channel is about. And there's another tab there that says playlists, and you can see all of my organic portal videos in the organic portal playlist. Okay, Benjamin Kallenberg, Obi Ben Kalnobi Jedi from consciousazine.net. consciousazine.com Chronicle.